All right, we are live, and welcome to the very first Big Plays podcast, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Today I am joined by Joe, Bryce, and Jerome. And Big Plays podcast is something that we've been talking about for a little over a couple weeks now, and we're excited to bring this content to you live. We're four passionate dudes about the sports industry, and we love football. So most of the content on this channel will be primarily football related, mostly to the NFL. And the schedule dropped a couple days ago, and we want to, talk about that, of course. And there's plenty more things that we can provide to give good knowledge of the sport. Like I said, this is just four regular dudes, and me personally, my name is Frank, and I love football. I'm a big Philadelphia Eagles fan. I have been since I was 11, and let's hear from these guys.
Yo, what up? My name's Joe, Frankie's cousin. Frank, thank you for putting this together. I'm excited. Some of you may know I do my own podcast on the side, but this is more of a direct topic. Football is something I've been passionate about for a long time. So I'm excited to get right into it with a lot of guys who are very dedicated towards their teams. Luckily for me, we got another Jets fan below me in this chat right here in Jerome. So that's it's going to help me out when it comes to some of the debates.
I'm Jerome. I'm honored to be here. Big Jets fan. Joe, you my man. I appreciate you. Frank, I'm honored to be here. Rice, I'm glad to have you, man. Let's get it going, guys. Rice, let them know what it is, man.
No, I've loved the game of football my entire life, more than myself.
That was excellent. I'm not gonna even lie. That's probably the best intro ever, especially for a first-time podcast. We're just gonna roll right into it, ladies and gentlemen, and we are gonna start with the AFC East. And what better team to start with than the New York Bills? That's right, Buffalo Bills, ladies and gentlemen, the best New York team that we have in this state. We're rolling right into it. And that's just some heat right there at all of the Jets fans in here. I am in no way a fan of anyone in this division, but you got to respect the game. And let's roll right into it with the Bills, boys. The Bills, week 1, Sunday, September 13th. They are home against the New York Jets. That's right, rivalry matchup. Game starts at 1 o'clock
Yes.
p.m. So, go ahead.
So
They are
as a
home.
diehard Jets fan, I'm gonna make a bold claim right off the bat. This is gonna be probably my boldest claim throughout the podcast. I think the Jets are gonna show up to Buffalo week 1. It's still gonna be a little bit warm, and Sam Darnold is just gonna tear it up. We're gonna take down the Bills. We're a 6.5 dog week 1. But I think they're gonna play well. I know it's early. We still got a lot of time. We'll see what happens. But I'm confident that the Jets are gonna, if this is gonna be the mark of their season. I think they got to come out hot, and I think it's a perfect opportunity to be 6.5 dogs to a team that's supposed to win the division and show them up and shut them down right away in Buffalo.
Wow, that's I'm.
No,
Not, go ahead, Rice.
I actually agree with you here with this one. I think the Jets are going to come out strong,
All
and,
right. Now, Jerome, do you feel the
and it's
same
going to
way?
give a lot of Jet fans hope.
Here we go. So last year, we blew the lead opening day versus the Bills
Yes,
at
that's
home.
correct.
This year, I'm going with the consensus, fellas. I'm going with the group. Week 1, Jets 1-0. That's where we at with it. Bills lose game 1.
Wow. You see, I just couldn't bring it up to everyone up at Bills Mafia that the Jets are going to come up there in their home stadium and take them out.
Credit to Bills Mafia. Credit to Bills Mafia. It's one of the most diehard fan bases. Last year when they made the playoffs, they waited outside the airport in Buffalo in the freezing cold weather in the middle of January. That's a crazy fan base, man. They're
Now-
jumping through tables, drinking beers. They're
I wouldn't
crazy.
do it. I wouldn't do it.
So,
It makes for a lot of great videos.
so all three of you are taking the Jets week 1, Bills home opener.
Yeah,
Wow.
against my better judgment.
Against your better judgment. Well, you listen. Fandom runs deep. Runs deep in the veins. That is okay. So now let's travel to week 2 with the
You gonna
Bills.
get a pick?
And when I say travel, they are traveling to Miami. Sunday, September 20th, 1 o'clock game. What do we got, boys? Bills bounce back from your Jets win over there?
Easy win for the Bills, this one.
Easy
I
win.
don't think that Ryan Fitzpatrick, Tua, Josh Rosen, I don't think any of them will be able to handle the Bills.
Okay, but you have faith in Sam
Yeah, I
Darnold
think
week one. Interesting.
I do.
Okay. Okay.
Bolstered O
I think
line.
the Bills are going to be a little bit pissed. They just lost their home opener to the Jets week one. They're going to be playing with a little bit of chip in their shoulder. They got to prove that they're still going to be towards the top of the division. They're going to steamroll Miami week two.
Okay. All right. Big fan. Rome, you got any input on that?
Gonna disagree with the both of you. You got Miami, home opener, spent all that money on defense. I think the Bills start 0-2.
Wow.
Wow.
Hmm.
That's wow. I got nothing to say to that. You're just disrespecting Bills Mafia, and that's okay.
It's not disrespect. It's not disrespect. Miami spent a lot of money. A lot of money.
They
They
did.
did.
They did.
You spend money for a reason. You want to profit. I mean, you want to return on your profit. So
you
they're
have been
coming off
saying
top. It's a
recently
home
that you think
opener.
that Miami's going to be filthy. It's
I think
interesting.
Miami's gonna have a great year this year.
Okay.
Improvement.
All right. That's all you Miami Dolphins fans out there. Listen, take notes. Jerome's got your back, and he's a Jets fan. So let's stroll into week 3, where the Bills come back home Sunday, September 27th. They are playing the Los Angeles Rams, baby. That's right. Todd Gurley's not there anymore. Can Jared Goff prove Sean McVay right? We'll see. I got them losing that game to the Bills, so I have the Bills winning 3 straight.
I also have them win this one. I just don't have any confidence in the Rams after last season. They got to prove themselves.
Yeah, I
I
just
think the
feel
Bills are a solid
okay.
team.
I'm just saying this. Like, I just feel like the Rams have lost the fans and the people. Getting rid of a lot of their stars and how they've been performing. I mean, the defense is stacked, but it's just what it's going to come down to down there is quarterback play, and how
Yeah,
well is Jared Goff going to be able to throw that ball, and is there a future at the running back position over there?
Pick it up from me. I think the Bills defense shuts down the Rams completely. I think they just apply all the
Yeah.
pressure. It's a home game. We're looking less than 10 for the Rams. Less
Wow.
than 10.
Wow, less than 10 points. Yeah, that's a tough game to call. The Rams just a lot of question marks coming into this season. Are they going to be able to establish a run game? Most importantly, I think that's big with the loss of Todd Gurley. We don't know who's going to be dominating carries over there. It's going to be interesting to see. So this one, I'm going to let it play out for now. I don't really have an exact. I got to see how the Rams look. I think it's going to be a good game either way, and I can see it being a low-scoring game. I do like the under as an initial impression.
I'm not gonna lie, that's the first game where we all kind of agreed a little bit there. But moving on, week 4, we are traveling. The Bills are traveling Sunday, October 24th, to the Raiders, Las Vegas, where ticket prices are soaring, and they want a
Yeah, what's
minimum
up with that?
of $308 per seat. Now, I don't know about you, but with the travel bans during the recent quarantine and all this, you are not getting $300 from me to come see the Las Vegas Raiders, who haven't even been able to prove themselves as a team in their new stadium yet. So I'm giving the Bills their 4th win in a row. I'm having them start 4-0, and proud too, doing it in Las Vegas.
I
I
think the
like that
stadium will
pick.
still be packed. It's in Las Vegas. People are spending big in Las Vegas. Everybody on that strip right there is willing to spend. It's not too far. A lot of high rollers out there.
Hmm.
So I can see them packing out a stadium. With that, I don't think the team's going to be very good. I think Buffalo's going to go over to Las Vegas and beat up on them in their stadium.
Okay.
I have to agree with you there. Raiders are just bad. They're a bad team. And these Bills, this will be the perfect time to go to an away game, go to this thing, because, yeah, the ticket price is expensive, but think about these plane tickets. They're probably going to still be cheap. Take that flight, almost evens out.
All
Watch your
right.
team beat up on the Raiders.
I guess, yeah. If you're Bills Mafia, maybe you buy those tickets. But
This game, mark this game. October 4th in Vegas. Stephon Diggs, 150 yards. Breakout game. Breakout game. You got to show them why they traded for you. You got to show them why they got to pay you. Breakout game.
Now,
I love
speaking
that.
of Stephon Diggs, What did you guys think during the offseason when they got rid of a first rounder to make Stephon Diggs their number one?
Not worth it. Not
Not
worth
worth
it.
Talent, not worth it. Why? Tell me why.
Dude, you got all these big name receivers. Like you people weren't even giving up first rounders for OBJ. Let alone Antonio Brown. Like these are more dynamic receivers in the game, not getting first rounders. You're giving a guy that literally made his living in Minnesota catching ducks, right? So I guess you want to give him another subpar quarterback. Fine, but you don't trade up. You traded away a lot to give that man, what he wanted. And listen, it's great for Stephon Diggs. That's awesome, and he's probably gonna have a successful year. But he is not on my radar even remotely in a top 10 situation.
I feel like if they felt he was better than the draft class this year, then spending a first round pick on him would be worth it to give Josh Allen talent.
I mean,
What's interesting about
yeah,
that pick is they traded with the Vikings, and the Vikings in the first round selected a receiver, Justin Jefferson. So it's kind of like for the Vikings, do they get more value out of a guy like Stephon Diggs, or are they going to take the young rookie and Justin Jefferson, or is he out of LSU? LSU's whole offense got drafted, stack team. So it's interesting. We'll see how it plays out, but I'm interested in seeing the Bills receiving core as well. What does that do for John Brown? John Brown had a great year last year. He had some ups and downs, but he's pretty consistent throughout most of it.
he was the number
Um,
one.
so I'm interested to see how they work that out with Diggs and Brown. Should be
Yeah.
interesting.
All right. What about you, Rome? I know you had an interesting take on the draft class of wide receivers. All right.
I think Rome might have DC'd.
Yep, that is potential. That is possible. Anyway, while we wait for Rome to get back, we will just roll right into it with week 5, where the Bills follow it through another road game, traveling Sunday, October 11th to Tennessee, 1 o'clock game. Tennessee Titans coming off strong last year, beating the Ravens in the playoffs. Huge upset. Derrick Henry is an absolute beast. Can the Bills do this one for me? No. This is where the Bills, for me, lose their very first game. They're off to a 4-1 start after this. So let's hear your opinion, guys.
Bryce, go
I
ahead.
I would disagree with you here on this one. I feel like the Ryan Tannehill phase won't be happening next year. I think
Mm-hmm.
the Tennessee Titans might have made a mistake on that, and Buffalo Bills will get their fourth win from me.
Yeah, that's another tough game, right? The Titans and the Bills. It's interesting as Ryan Tannehill was a longtime quarterback in the AFC East, so he's familiar with playing a lot of these teams. He's familiar with a lot of the schemes. I think that'll play to their advantage in that week. So I can see Tennessee coming out with the win there.
Yes, I concur. Rolling on into week 6. Short week for the Bills. Thursday night game, October 15th. Only very short week. They are going home, but they are playing the Kansas City Chiefs, aka Patrick
Ooh.
Mahomes, and that high-powered offense that seems like it cannot be stopped even when the chips are down. They're down 21 points. It doesn't fucking matter. You know what I'm saying?
Future goat.
I have the Bills
I
here
love Pat Mahomes.
taking another L. Back to back, the Bills are 4-2 for me.
Yeah, that's Pat Mahomes, Super Bowl obviously, MVP as well. They played a good game against them though. I think they played 2 good games against the Chiefs last year. I think if they are on that day, they'll be home in Buffalo midseason. We'll see how the Chiefs are holding up compared to last year. I'm not going to say the Bills will win this game, but an upset wouldn't shock me.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll agree with you there. Chiefs.
So it
Chiefs
looks
over
like
Buffalo.
okay. But
Thursday night, under the lights, Patrick Mahomes.
looks
Welcome
like we
back,
got
Jerome.
Jerome back. Jerome,
Thank you, thank you,
perfect
thank you,
timing.
thank you, thank you, thank you. Under the lights, big games, big stage. Like you said, Super Bowl winner, MVP. He shows why he is that. So I got Chiefs winning.
Excellent. Well, you know what? Jerome, you came back at the perfect time because we're in Week 7, and now we're traveling to MetLife Stadium, where the Bills are going to take on the New York Jets at a 1 o'clock game.
Now, okay, we know who I love, who I root for, but this is a division game. Jets took the first one. You play harder second time around.
Splitting them
Bills win at MetLife. Sadly.
in front of the
Dude,
fans.
that's so funny that you said that. I have like the
Sadly.
same exact mentality. I could see them making this big upset in week 1 and then just playing like 50-50 ball up until they see Buffalo again. And then Buffalo just beats them in the middle of the season in MetLife. That's just how I see it as well.
Division
That's a
games,
typical
man.
Jet.
Division games.
Yeah, exactly. Us Jets
Get all
fans
the
know,
fans
we
hyped
understand.
up.
We see it ahead of time.
Gotta be honest. Gotta be honest. Rice, what do you think? What do you think, Rice?
I think this is the game that would knock the Jet fans down a peg or two, and
It's fair.
Sound
Bills
about right. Sound about right.
cream them.
So I'm agreeing with you guys. I think Bills come in, and I think they own New York. I think they
So
get a
Frankie,
clean
you
sweep
got
on the
you got
Jets.
Buffalo beating us twice.
What is
Okay.
this?
Clean sweep.
Can we get into this, Frank?
You want to get into it? I mean, listen, we could
Yeah,
get
this
into it. It's
whole
nothing personal against the Jets. I grew up, and I thought Giants, Jets, Giants, Jets. I ended up becoming an Eagles fan, and listen, I would always go Jets over Giants if I had to watch a game, always. But I'll tell you right now, the Bills are looking hot next year, man. They're looking good. I mean, I know I just crapped on Diggs a little bit, and the organization for
did you?
picking him up.
I missed that.
But
Missed that.
listen, I think the Bills going to be hot. I think they're just an electric organization in terms of those fans, man.
Got
It's
one.
it's all
Got
about the
one.
fans.
Got one question. One
Go
quick
ahead.
question. You said you crapped on Diggs and you wouldn't give up the first round pick and all that stuff, right?
Mhm.
And then that you're an Eagles fan.
Mhm.
The Eagles have not one number one wide receiver on their roster. Just wanted to point that out. But Joe, go
Okay.
ahead. You look like you had something to say.
Oh
That's
no, I'm all set. I'm enjoying this.
that
All
you
right.
you
All
can't.
right.
That's funny that you can't. Well, listen, we're talking about the AFC now. When we
I
get
know. I
to
know.
when we
I
get
know.
to the NFC,
You're right. I'll save it for
then
then. I'll
you want
save
you
it
want
for
to
then.
you want to come at me. I know there's a little animosity. I know you're very upset that Rex Ryan never took you there, but it's all right. So let's just stroll right in to another game. Week 8, Sunday, November 1st, home against New England. Now, this is the first time the Bills see the Patriots this year, and I'm saying it right now, they're gonna take an L. I could not tell you why I actually think this. It's just a gut feeling. Like when you want to look at the division games, the Bills play the Patriots really hard each year, but I think that Bill Belichick's got something to prove this year without Tom Brady. I think Bill Belichick in the most heated games this season is going to get it done. So yeah, take it from there.
This is the year the AFC East shows Tom Brady mattered. No Brady, no AFC Championship. I'm letting it be known right now. You're finally gonna see the division play the Patriots harder than they ever have before. The Bills take the home win in convincing fashion. Convincing. I'm thinking 30 to
Patriots
14.
30-14.
30 to 14.
Damn. The Patriots are a huge question mark this year, right? We don't really know what's going to happen. No Tom Brady. You got a young quarterback who they seem pretty confident in because they have not gotten another quarterback yet. I thought for sure they were going to target Andy Dalton. I thought that would have been a great move for the Patriots, but they're sticking with this young kid. They still got some good receivers over there. They have Mohamed Sanu. Can't forget about him. They got Julian Edelman still. So the team's still okay. And obviously they're coached by, as much as I hate to say it, the greatest coach ever, Bill Belichick.
Agreed.
So, the Patriots games, it's going to be tough for me when we go over all those because I don't know how they're going to look this year. They could be top of the division yet again, or they could suck, man. It's really interesting to see what's going to happen without Tom Brady.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
well said. Go ahead, Rice.
I just don't feel like with the current New England Patriots roster, they can achieve this victory. Bills will definitely crush them here. I
Wow.
don't see the Patriots doing anything. But I mean, things change. There's a lot of free agents still out there.
Okay.
Cam Newton, for one.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about New England like that, they are up in the air at quarterback, so you kind of wonder how that's going to play out. But all right, moving on into Week 9, Sunday, November 8th, versus home game Seattle. Right at the bat, Danger Russ or Wilson. Personally,
I just had a
not a
conversation
big
the other
fan.
day about Russell Wilson. He makes $35 million a year. You guys aware of this?
Yes.
Yeah, it's well
Russell
deserved.
Wilson
35.
makes $35 million a year.
Well
And yeah, that
deserved.
was the conversation I had with my brother earlier upstairs. He was like, "Is he considered to be one of the best?" And in my opinion, I think Russell Wilson's one of the best. Man, every year he keeps Seattle in it. They've had their ups and downs, and they've had different teams year in and year out. He's always making things happen. He keeps plays alive. Russell Wilson's an absolute beast. With that, Buffalo's defense is crazy, man. Are they going to be able to shut him down? Another tough one, but I'm taking Seattle.
Taking Seattle as well during this. I mean, like the elusiveness of Russell Wilson and his ability to create plays from broken down plays is absolutely incredible. And I mean, listen, I'm not a big fan of Russell Wilson. I'm not a big fan of the Seahawks. I never was. I know there's a lot of people that hopped on the Legion of Boom and the 12th Man and all that. But, this one, Bills Mafia's not going to be able to pull through no matter what.
I think we gonna have a physical game, boys. It's gonna be physical. It's gonna be dirty, grit, grind. I think it comes down to the final plays. I trust Russell Wilson over Josh Allen, and that's where the game comes down to.
All right.
Final moments, Russell Wilson makes the play.
Dig it. Dig it.
Yeah, I agree with you. All of you. I'll take Seattle. This one.
All right.
Russell
Wow.
Wilson is one of the most clutch quarterbacks I've ever seen.
That is a
Easy.
true statement. But into week 10, Bills Mafia is on the road. They're going to Arizona for a 4 o'clock game. And personally, this is the game right before the bye week. This is one of those must wins. So after losing to Seattle, I think they're coming into Arizona and they are going to blow Kyler Murray out of the water. That defense is going to be pure physical up against him. Expect a bunch of sacks. Murray's not going to know what to do. And I'm giving Bills Mafia this one.
Arizona's got a lot of question marks again this year. They got D Hop now over there, massive assets. You got D Hop and Larry Fitzgerald with a young quarterback, and Kyler Murray, who was one of the best athletes in the world over there. It's interesting. I don't know. But I like what you said. I think Buffalo's going to have a tough time playing Seattle, and then to go over to Arizona right before bye, it is going to be a big game for them. So I think it's going to be a lot of hype around it. And yeah, I can see them getting the job done.
Yeah.
I
Sure.
I don't want to agree with you, but I'm going with Frank on the pass rush idea.
A lot
I
of
think the rush
sacks.
gets to them. A lot of sacks. A lot of sacks. No time to think. No time to do anything. DeAndre Hopkins non-factor in that game. Bills win before the bye week.
Mm-hmm. I know Murray looked like he had a couple of flashes last year. I know he didn't seem the best, but I'm going to say, he's going to have a little bit of a slump this year. I mean, he's going to have one of the best wide receivers, if not the best wide receiver, Kenyon Drake in the backfield. But I do think the Bills are going to just keep the pressure on him and stop him. Bryce, what are you thinking before the bye week?
This game is one of the games I see being a shootout. I don't think the
Shootout.
defense will be. Yes, I think the defense won't show up for this one. I think the offense of the Cardinals are going to be a little better this year, enough to give Buffalo a run for their money. But I still take Buffalo winning on the road in Arizona.
All right. Big time plays. And week 11 bye week coming off nice stretch. They get to come home on their bye week and then they get to play week 12 Sunday November 29th against the Los Angeles Chargers this time in a Chargers offense that just doesn't look like it's going to be any good this year. The defense, like a bunch of holes. I mean, a lot of great talent on that team. Can they do it? You just really don't know. So I'm saying that Bills well rested off the bye, going to come out clutch. They're going to win this game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that a lot. I think the Chargers, by that time of the season, they'll have a lot of time to figure out what type of football they're playing. But like you mentioned, their offense is just not going to be able to do much against, I think, a normal team. And you have a defense like Buffalo. As long as they stay healthy, I can see Buffalo giving them a fat donut there. We
Sure.
potentially shutting them out or keeping them under 10.
Well said.
Sure. Okay.
I would agree with that too.
Right. So
Chargers just look bad.
it's looking
Real bad.
unanimous. What about you, Jerome? You think the Chargers stand a chance?
Bills win. Bills win. Coming
Bills
off the
win.
bye and get extra week to prepare. Bills win.
All right.
Nothing to talk about there.
Okay. All right. Following week, week 13, we move to a Monday night game for the Buffalo Bills, except they're not home. They're away. And where are they traveling to? They're traveling to San Francisco. That's right. San Francisco made it to the Super Bowl last year and decided to blow that lead after literally the whole defense decided to pose for an amazing photo only to be let down. Game's at 8 o'clock. I think San Francisco comes out of this. They are angry. It's the later part of the season. They're going to want to be thirsty to go back for more. The team is still solid. I'm taking San Francisco.
I agree. You're looking for playoff positioning at this point in this schedule. That division is rough. Niners win.
Excellent.
Yeah, I agree to that too.
All right.
They lost a few defensive pieces this year, but it's going to be a great game as well.
Dig it.
49ers take that.
Dig it a lot.
I think this game's going to have huge playoff implications. You know, we're talking week 14 right here. Both of these teams are going to be competing for the playoffs. I don't think San Fran can be as good as last year. Like you mentioned, they lost some spots in their defense. And their offense, when you look at it, I know with the year they just had, I still don't see the amazing talent on that offense. I think Buffalo could shock them in week 14 and potentially put themselves in a really good spot to make the playoffs.
Okay. I dig that. I actually like that a lot. All right. Week 14, we got Sunday, December 13th. Home game. Pittsburgh Steelers, ladies and gentlemen. And it's a primetime game, once again, 8:20 p.m. I have...
Pittsburgh sucks.
See?
Pittsburgh sucks,
It's
man.
it's funny
They're
you're bringing
so
that up.
bad.
It's you like
They suck.
everybody's
They
throwing out
suck.
Pittsburgh. Everyone's throwing Pittsburgh out the front door. They're the worst team in that division.
That's right.
They're saying the Bengals, Joe Burrow is going to be greater than Listen, Pittsburgh.
I don't know
Whether
about that.
whether you like it or not, Mike Tomlin is an excellent coach. He finds ways to bring his
Hall of
team
Fame.
to the show. If Big Ben stays healthy, if James Conner stays healthy, if Juju stays healthy, if the defense gets everything that's going on through the gets itself going throughout the year, I think Pittsburgh makes a late run at the end of the season. I think Pittsburgh takes this game and upsets Buffalo at home.
Go ahead, Joe.
I hate that take. So last year, Pittsburgh needed to win one of two games at the end of the season. I was blessed enough to be at one of those games. The Steelers traveled to MetLife Stadium to go play the Jets.
I was there.
Jets had nothing to play for, although they were on a bit of a win streak. And the Jets made the Steelers look like they never played football before. Yes, they made a little bit of a late comeback, but they still sucked. Had a nice Robbie Anderson touchdown that game. And then in the last game, all they had to do was beat the backup Ravens, the secondary Ravens team, to make the playoffs, and they couldn't do that. I don't think they're going to perform well late in the season again. I think they'll be banged up at that point, and they're not going to perform against a tough Buffalo defense. I think Buffalo takes that game, no problem.
Who was the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers last year?
Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, okay. Joe, calm down.
And Duck Hodges.
Let me jump in here.
and Duck Hodges.
Hall of Fame coach, Hall of Fame quarterback. Defense is good every year. Every year, Pittsburgh defense is good. Every year.
It's a solid defense.
Piggyback off Frank. If everybody stays healthy, like Joe said, playoff positioning. Under the light, Sunday night, once again, I believe Roethlisberger over Allen.
That's right.
Every day.
I agree.
Every day.
I like that take. I think it's the first time me and Jerome agreed on something in a long time.
I hate it. I hate it.
Bryce,
But
where
I
you at on this?
disagree with you guys here. I'm going Buffalo with this one. Joe, 100% right. Pittsburgh sucked
wow.
last year, and it wasn't just the
They do,
quarterback
bro.
play.
Okay. All
Uh,
right.
just the entirety of the team. Yeah, they have offensive pieces with Juju and Connor, but
I
I
don't
don't
even
see
like
them
James
coming up.
Conner. I don't like him.
He's decent. He needs another back with him. He's
Yeah,
not number
he's
one.
okay.
He's not a 3-down back.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Before last year had started, the 2019 season, I was a big believer in Connor. Listen, man, he's a hometown kid. He had a big dream. He had to replace arguably the best running back at the time in Le'Veon Bell. And listen, he showed up every day and he played tough football. So it's something you got to respect, whether you like him or not. Going the distance as a number one running back, the kid plays with heart and he loves the town. So I pick the kid every time. But
Every time.
every time. That being said, talking about
They still
heart,
lose.
talking about heart. Jerome lost his heart when Jerry Judy was taken off the board. We're traveling to Denver Sunday, December 20th. Buffalo Bills take on Denver. So, what are my thoughts? I think as many weapons as they're going to go out into the draft and grab Denver, and Drew Lock's the guy, and they're going to surround him with weapons. And you got Lindsey in the backfield, picked up Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon's a great back. Who knows how he's going to do? And listen, I'm saying it right now. Buffalo's winning it. I'm telling you.
It's cold in Buffalo. It's cold in Denver.
Mhm.
Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Bills win. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, that game just comes down to the better team. And like you said, they're both playing
Yeah.
in cold weather. It's late season. I don't think Denver's that good. I think Buffalo kind of just goes in there, especially after a couple tough games in a row and some primetime games, goes in there and just stomps them.
Big time. Rice,
Yeah, easy win for Buffalo. Easy win.
easy win. Big fan. Now, we're coming down to week 16 and week 17. Now, this is going to be a really interesting game. Monday night, December 28th, the anniversary of my wedding. um, we're looking to travel to New England. 8:15 p.m. game, obviously. And I think the Buffalo Bills split with New England and they end up taking this game. They make that final playoff push and they crush New England's dreams.
Bill Belichick not losing 2 in a row. Not in the division. Won't happen. Stidham, Brian Hoyer, don't matter. The defense prevails at home. Big Monday night win.
Wow.
I agree here. I think they split with New England this year. New England takes this win
I dig it.
on my end.
Okay. Joey?
Buffalo's got a lot of primetime games, huh? What is that? In the last 4 weeks, they have 3
Well,
primetime games?
if you're curious, I have the prime
Yeah.
times right here. As of now,
Mm.
the Bills have 4 total prime times,
That's
which
interesting.
which
This
is a
will be the
lot.
last of their primetime games?
This is
Right.
the last primetime game for them.
Yeah, I think I had in the middle of the season, I think I had the Patriots beating them, so I'm going to go vice versa here. I agree that it's going to be a 1-1 split throughout the season, so I got Bills beating the Patriots week 15.
Big upset, right? So that being said,
Maybe.
you travel to the last game, you go back home. You're playing Miami at home for the last game of the season. This is the dream. You don't like I said, Miami did a lot of spending. Who knows what their team's gonna be? But Miami being one of the last place teams last year, this is juicy. This is what the Bills want. Coming off a hot win in New England, coming right back home, taking on Miami. Stuff it to Tua. The Bills are going home. The Bills are going to be 10-6, and they're going to the playoffs.
Yeah, I can't see Miami being the team that prevents them from having a playoff run. Buffalo, if they need the win that week, then they'll go get it. If they don't need the win, then they play their backups and they just kind of hang out. Either way, I don't think it's going to be much of a threat. If they have to get the win, they'll beat Miami.
Yeah.
Bills win, home game. I got them 8-8 missing the playoffs. I don't see it.
Mm.
I just don't see it.
Okay.
Yeah, I take the Bills here. Them going 11-5 on the season, and taking number one in division.
Now, this is like just the 2019 record for the Buffalo Bills was 10-6. I have them repeating the exact same thing at 10-6, except this year it's going to be a little different. And right now, we're going to throw it into the Dolphins talk. So, my potential first place for the Bills, my potential last place. Let's get right into the Dolphins. Dolphins week 1, very tough matchup. They're going to Foxborough, 1 o'clock game, Sunday, September 13th. Boom, Patriots win automatically.
Yeah, I like what you're saying there. I think the Dolphins' schedule we're gonna be able to cruise right through. I see a lot of L's this season coming towards the Dolphins. I know they just revamped their defense a lot, but they're still in the process of rebuilding. I can see Miami being very good at football in the next 2, maybe 3 seasons. But right now, where they stand, a lot of new guys over there, a lot of young guys,
Yep.
still in the rebuild. I think they're gonna want to go for another low draft pick. I see them catching a lot of L's this season,
A
including
lot.
week 1.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Flores,
Here it
under the Bill
comes.
Belichick coaching tree, you're not gonna beat your old boss, man. Not week 1. Everything is still new. You gotta get that camaraderie, that chemistry going. I got them taking L week 1 in Foxborough.
Okay, go ahead, Rice.
This is week one. Coming right off the bat, I feel like the Dolphins are taking this game and showing Patriots Nation that it's not all rainbows and butterflies.
Wow, that's actually that would be like the dream. If you're a Dolphins fan and you go into Foxborough opening week, no Brady, and you upset them, and you look right at Bill Belichick and you spit in his face and tell him he ain't shit. Yeah, that would be something. But that's not gonna happen, Rice. I'm sorry. Week 2, we already discussed this. Buffalo, uh,
Right.
in Miami. That I once again, Buffalo's taking that game. Dolphins are starting off 0-2.
And you're wrong. I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong. Like I said, they're in Miami, you're starting something new. It's a different Miami Dolphins team.
Okay.
I see a lot of wins coming. A lot
Okay.
of wins.
Interesting.
But you had them losing in New England, so okay.
Look,
I
I
get you.
said
I
Flores
know the
coach.
reasoning.
All right.
I
Don't
got
It's a
bring it
you.
long
here, bro.
season. It's a long season.
Long season.
Yeah. And Joe, you have anything to say about that Buffalo game, or we're moving on over
No,
here?
they're catching L's.
Okay.
Catching L's.
Catching a fat L there. Moving on to
Yeah.
week 3, another short week. Thursday game, September 24th. I mean, it says they're away, but they're only going to Jacksonville. And guess what? I think they beat Jacksonville. I think they stuff them in prime time on Thursday night. I think Tua is finally able to showcase himself after 2 bad beatings. I think he comes out, he wins. The Dolphins fans, they get that little bit of hope, like, oh man, we finally won a game. But you played Jacksonville, so congratulations.
Now, Frankie,
Go ahead.
as you just said, you said that Tua took back-to-back beats. Do you have Tua starting the season for Miami this year?
100%. You have to start. You don't.
100% Tua.
I don't believe you
I don't think
draft
so.
that high unless you're ready to start the kid. You think Fitzpatrick is gonna start over there?
Magic.
Yeah, I think Fitzpatrick's going to
Magic.
start first
Yes.
8 or 9 games,
Oh,
and then when they're crap in the bed until
Magic.
they have a easy mid-season game, maybe a game. I don't know when we get through the schedule, we'll get there. But I think halfway through the season, Tua will fill in for Fitzpatrick. But yeah, I think Fitzmagic comes out, starts the season for them.
I mean,
And that's
listen,
why they're going to be competing in a lot of these games.
there's
But I can't see him
still
getting the job done.
there's still a lot of I mean, there's still a lot of quarterbacks out there that Miami can go after. But I'm telling you, I think the perfect game to start Tua. I mean, if you're saying that he's not going to start the first 2 games, the perfect game for him to start would be Week 3 against Jacksonville, because that you build this kid's confidence, right? Slowly get in that win. But then, if we're going to talk about this game a little bit more, the following couple of weeks, they're getting pounded on.
That's what I mean. I would have put Tua in until midseason at least,
Okay,
second half.
that's fair.
We're
I think
definitely going to be waiting until they take a few hard losses
I
with
think
Fitzpatrick.
I think Tua wins the camp. I think he impresses. I think he starts. A lot of
Listen,
I think even if he impresses their coaching staff and earns the number one spot, they're still going to have Fitzpatrick be their starting quarterback.
okay.
listen here.
It would be smart if Brian Flores learned anything. I mean, yeah.
We don't know Tua's health right now. We have no idea. Camps are gonna open whenever they open. We'll see what happens. I know the record says they was 5-11 last year. The Dolphins was really good. It was a really good team. They had big wins. I think they got another easy win versus the Jaguars and Minshew shoe, and they take the L. Home game.
Not a Minshew guy.
Not a Minshew guy. Not at all. Not a
Really?
believer. Not a
I
believer.
like Gardner.
I'd have a beer
Well,
with
I
I'd have a
like
beer
Gardner.
with him, but
Y'all got the same bed.
Yeah, that's what it is, I guess. He's a
Let the
frat boy.
brand, not
He's
the
like, that
player.
guy
Yeah.
is literally a frat boy.
for sure. All right, so here we are, back in Miami, Sunday, October 4th, Week 4. Seattle's coming to town. Seattle just spanks them, total upside down. Then I mean, this is going to be an easy schedule to go through. Just spanked.
You got to show a little more respect. It's not a spanking. They're gonna get beat, but it's not a spanking. Be
Can't
respectful.
get handled.
Dolphins gonna
Thank
have
you,
a
Rice.
big year. I'm telling you, big year coming.
Seattle's
Big year.
coming to town, and
Big
the
year.
Dolphins are going to pay the price.
Are you a Dolphins fans or a Jets fan? I'm
I am
confused.
not. I'm an analyst right now.
Okay,
Don't
all
ask
right.
me my
I got you. All right.
preferences. Thank you.
I think I might draft Russell Wilson in my fantasy league just for week 4 to what he's going to do to Miami.
Well said.
That's. I think we all stand on that. All right, Week 5, Sunday, October 11th. We're traveling. Where's Miami traveling to? The good old San Francisco to get their ass kicked once again.
Yeah. They might not score that game.
Disrespectful. What is this disrespect
They're
about
not
the
even.
Dolphins?
They're not even gonna
We're
score.
seeing a goose egg.
What
We're
is?
seeing
Jerome,
a goose egg.
who's catching the ball in Miami?
I know that's a question mark. Honestly,
Parker.
Who's catching the ball?
listen. I'm
Uh,
agreeing.
Devontae Parker had his best
basically-
season last year, and he stunk.
I'm agreeing with the loss. They're gonna lose. This is the
Basically,
last
it's me
game
catching
they're
the
gonna
balls for
lose
Miami.
in a while. This is the last game they're gonna lose in a while. I'm telling you, defense gonna start showing
Okay.
up.
All right.
Okay. I got him losing.
I got them losing as well.
All right.
100%.
Yep.
Not even
Same here.
close. Not even
Okay.
close.
This is my game picks for them.
Not even close.
Where halfway through they put Tua in.
Interesting.
Really, this game.
Maybe even Josh Rosen.
Okay. Ooh. Interesting.
Hot take.
I'm intrigued. I like that.
I think Josh Rosen comes in the following week, in Week 6. But go ahead. What's the hot take, bro?
No, Rice said it. Hot take was Josh
Oh.
Rosen starting, but I think Josh Rosen gets traded.
Ooh.
Interesting.
I can't see that. I wouldn't know why you would want to do that. But
Question is,
Yeah, they
who
got two
wants Josh
quarterbacks.
Rosen?
It's Magic and Tua. You go either way.
yeah, but you know,
That's the real question.
this could be Fitz's last year.
You don't.
Who's the
What is Rosen proven? Nothing.
Nothing nowhere.
Nothing. Nowhere.
He's proven
Right.
that he can't
So
really
why
throw the ball.
you get something for him, you let him go. Either or, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I agree. I think
Okay.
Rosen can make a good backup quarterback for a lot of different franchises in the league right now.
Not
All right.
Miami.
Not
Yeah.
Miami. I agree.
Well, not the Eagles. We have 2 starters. All right. Anyway, Week 6.
Miami. Beat the Eagles? Oh.
What'd you say?
Miami beat the Eagles last year. Oh.
Okay, grow up, act your age. Week 6, Sunday, October 18th. Traveling to Denver. What do we got? I think Denver doesn't get too many wins this year, but I think this is a game that Denver wins.
I
Yeah, I
think
agree here.
What'd you say?
This is another one of those upsetting Miami Dolphin losses.
Wow.
Traveling to Denver, Mile High. I don't see it.
Oh, you know what? I read my my chart wrong because I'm I have them losing. Wow.
Yeah, figures,
Yeah,
figures.
I looked at
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
Miami winning. Yeah, Miami winning.
No, I got Miami losing that game. I
Oh, you
apologize.
do.
Yeah,
All right.
I had my
I think
cursor
that's
on
what you
something
said.
That's what
different.
you said. That's what you said. No, you
That's what you
said
That's what you
that.
said.
said. Yeah.
Oh, I did say that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now I'm
Yeah,
all over the place.
it's all right,
But
Eagles fan.
all right. Yeah, okay.
Nice.
I don't know what that has to do
I,
anything with my Miami.
I think this starts a Dolphins win streak in Denver. Like I said, defense warmed up. Took a few weeks. What is it? 6 weeks it took to come. Now the defense gonna be here. Gonna show why they paid that money. Byron Jones shuts down the receiving core. I guess in a way, Dolphins win.
Yeah. I like that take. I think Denver is very good at disappointing their fans at home. I can see them getting a real shit loss to Miami right here.
Okay. All right. Week 7, Sunday, October 25th. Going back home to Miami, they are playing the Los Angeles Chargers. And this is one of those games where even though I have a lot of praise for a lot of the players on the Chargers, I'm not sure where the Chargers are gonna lie. I think the Dolphins will come in. I think the Dolphins could smack down on them. I think the Dolphins, show some flashes of good offense in this game, and I think they can, win this game.
Big game again. I'm gonna stress their defense. Spent a lot of money.
Okay.
Big game for the front line. A lot of sacks. I'm thinking 6.5. Dolphins win.
All right.
Okay. Okay. See, this is a game that I can tell you right now I just won't be watching. I'm not going to be flicking around the TV. It could be the only game on, and I am watching. It's just not a game for me.
It's a 1 o'clock.
You get two
You'll be all
dog
right.
shit teams playing against each other. But you know what? I think this game, yeah, 1 o'clock is something else on. You're right. I think Miami is going to have a nice little lead, and they're going to blow it second half. And this might be the start of conversion of where we're going to take out Fitzpatrick and maybe give Tua a shot.
Okay. Halfway through. Almost halfway through. Go ahead,
This is the
Rice.
game I feel they break their losing streak that I've had them on. Chargers, no faith in them at all. That team,
Yeah, it's tough, man.
nothing.
Tough to believe in the
Dolphins
Chargers.
come in, they finally get the job done after a long streak. Take the win
Okay. All right.
at home.
Week 8, another interesting game. Sunday, November 1st. They're home again. They're playing Los Angeles, but this time the Rams. This, I got them dropping an L. Got a big L on this. I think the Rams aren't going to do as good as they think they're going to do last year, but they show the signs of greatness that they've had in the last 2-3 years. They showed against the Dolphins. Dolphins lose.
Who are the Rams?
Yeah, I think this will be Tua's first start of the season, so it'll be interesting for him to come in to Los Angeles against a tough team and see how he competes. I think he'll keep him in it for a while, but in the end, the Rams will come through and get the dub.
Who are the Rams, guys? What's their identity on offense? They don't have one. I don't think. They traded away Brandon Cooks. Ty Gurley's gone. I just don't see it. I think a low scoring game, 10-3, somewhere around that, 13-6, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Another Dolphins win. They're rolling.
Okay.
You
Wow.
like the Dolphins this year?
I'm
They're
saying
rolling.
he's loving
They're
all the money
rolling.
they've been spending. He's loving the
They're
coach. He's
rolling.
okay.
They're rolling. They're
Listen.
They
rolling.
keep
Okay.
winning. They might have a better record than the Jets this season.
All right. Right. You get into that one?
It's going to be real low scoring this game.
Okay.
Rams, mediocre team. Dolphins, just as mediocre. But I feel like we'll also see some hot flashes from Tua.
All right.
Something for Dolphins fans to look forward to.
Okay. Week 9, Sunday, November 8th. Miami's traveling after being home for 2 straight. They're traveling to Arizona, going up against what I believe is the best wide receiver in the league. Who's throwing them the ball? It's a little wary. I think the Dolphins defense takes this one. As good as DeAndre Hopkins is, Kenyon Drake's not going to be able to run the ball. Kyler Murray is going to get stuffed. I think the Dolphins defense is going to do exactly what the Bills do to the Cardinals as well. So, not a lot of faith in the Cardinals this year. I think the Dolphins take this dub.
I got the
Yeah.
same,
Okay, same over there.
same.
I
Same
don't
here
like it.
too.
I don't know. I think Arizona's offense is pretty explosive. They have a lot of offensive assets over there. They're going to spread the ball against Miami. Miami catches a big fat L yet again.
Okay, all right. Rice.
I have Miami winning here.
Okay,
Underdog, I feel, but I think they're gonna come up on top.
okay.
Beat Arizona.
All right, Week 10, big division game, Sunday, November 15th, at home against New York Jets, baby. Now, I'm just putting this out there. The Dolphins, like Jerome said, they're rolling now off this dub. They're going to steamroll the Jets, pummel them right in home. They're going to win right before the bye week. Dolphins fans are going to be so happy, even though they're having a losing season. They beat the Jets. It's that little bit of happiness that they get each year. That's what's going on.
See. I think no matter what happens throughout the season, the Jets and the Dolphins, just like they will with all the other teams in the division, they're going to split. I think the Jets will take one. They might take this one. They might lose the next one, but they're going to split. I don't know if they're going to win or lose this game. Doesn't matter because they're going to win or lose the other game.
Okay.
I don't like what I'm about to say, but I gotta say it. This is gonna extend the Dolphins' win streak to 5 games. They're gonna beat the Jets. They're gonna beat the Jets, and it sucks.
Yo,
I got
Rome,
on
what do you
all this.
got? What do you got underneath that Jets hoodie? What are you wearing?
It's
You
just
got a
a
Dolphins
blue.
jersey?
it's a Tua
It's
jersey.
blue.
No, I have
You
the
haven't been
Jets
to
taking the
Miami? What do
cake
you got?
here.
You have a nice weekend in Miami or something? What's going on?
Listen, ain't nothing wrong with Miami, all right? I'm
All
letting you know that right
right,
now.
that's
Ain't
what
nothing wrong with Miami. Miami is very beautiful. It's very beautiful.
okay,
Very beautiful.
okay.
Welcome to Miami. Go ahead, Rice.
Yeah, as I'm saying, I have the Jets winning here
Wow.
in Miami.
Now, obviously,
Um,
go ahead.
no, I just feel the Jets at this point in the season usually start to win some games that make people think, oh man, they have a chance. They can make the playoffs.
Okay.
This is one of those wins.
Interesting.
Little
Interesting.
false hope, Mets Jets.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Well, obviously, all of us being from New York, we get these schedules, we review them right away. Jets is one of the first schedules I reviewed. This is one of the most interesting parts of the Dolphins and the Jets schedule because in Week 10 they play each other as we just discussed. Week 11 they go on a bye, and then Week 12 they're in opposite cities playing each other again. Sunday, November 29th in MetLife. The Dolphins get their asses handed to them after the embarrassing loss 2 weeks prior that the Jets just took. The Jets come in here, come back home, and they show the Dolphins who they really are. They play good, hard defense. They run the ball hard. Adam Gase finally looks like he's controlling the team a little bit better. The Dolphins are losing Week 12.
Like that.
Can I get in here?
Get in. You know it.
It's division. Always with the splits, man. It's always gonna be splits. I'm here this time. I'm standing up. I'm present. Jets win. They get it. I don't know how they win. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Stand
I
it
don't
up.
know how. I know it happens. Jets win. Field goal, touchdown, safety. I don't even care. Dubs.
4.
W.
Like that.
That's it.
I think this is going to be a good game for the Jets. If they're in a spot where they could still make the playoffs, I think Miami coming to MetLife Stadium's going to be rocking. 90,000 people going nuts. A lot of Jets fans. Big tailgate. I could see the Jets having a real good time, dancing on the field. Just chilling, doing the Jets thing, baby. Maybe a defensive touchdown.
I'm gonna be there.
Oh, you really?
How do you
I
know
hope
it?
so.
What date? What's the date of this game?
What's that?
Sunday, November 29th. We're going to be upstate.
Yeah, it'll be in Lake George.
Yep.
It's my birthday.
That's it. It's Christopher
happy
Rice's
birthday, bud.
birthday.
Get you a
Happy
Jet
birthday.
snub.
Might be a birthday present for myself right there. Go to see a nice Jets victory
Ooh,
against the Miami Dolphins.
I love
Back
it.
to back for the Jets against the Dolphins.
All right. Wow.
Cool.
Riding high on that.
Also, this doesn't happen often, I don't believe, where they both have a rest and
And
then
then
play
play
each
each
other
other again.
twice in a row.
It does not.
Yeah.
It's weird. I
I've
don't
never
like it.
seen that.
I don't like it.
either.
I don't like it.
Um,
This is not baseball. This is not baseball or basketball. It's horrible.
That's why I
Yeah.
think that they split because like it's just a weird circumstance. I mean, listen, more power to New York if they get it done both games. More power to Miami if they get it done both games. But
No more, no
yeah,
more power. What are you doing?
more power to them. That's it.
No,
Good,
no.
good games, Mr. Adam Gase. Good games, Mr. Brian Flores. You know, it don't matter because none of these teams are making it anywhere past the first round of the playoffs, even if they make it there. Anyway,
We'll see.
Week 13, Sunday, December 6th, at home. Cincinnati's coming to town. Joe Burrow versus Tua. Tua has to be starting by this point. I think he starts at the beginning of the season. Some of you guys think he starts a little later in the season. That's fine. Personally, I think Tua's got to show that he should have been drafted before Joe Burrow. I think the Dolphins take this one. I think the Dolphins are a much better team. I still think that Cincinnati needs a lot of work. Just because they think they found their franchise quarterback doesn't mean that that quarterback is going to take them to the promised land. A lot of holes on defense they still need to fill. Listen, they're doing a great job in Cincinnati rebuilding the team. It's just going to take a couple more years. It's not going to happen immediately once you get your guy. So I'm going to say 3 years from now, Cincinnati is going to look like a powerhouse. They'll be fine. But right now, that's it. Tua takes this one.
Rookie of the year race right here probably determines the winner. Dolphins defense shuts Burrow down, all the way down. Tua throws 2 touchdowns. Easy win for the Dolphins.
Okay.
I like Joe Burrows. I think Cincinnati did indeed find that franchise quarterback in him. But with that, I don't think Cincinnati's anywhere close to being a good team yet. They have a lot of work to do. They're going to have a couple tough seasons with Joe Burrows before they start winning a lot of games. So it's a shit show of a game, but I'll take Miami in it.
All right. What's going on in that head,
Same.
Rice? Same?
I'm not going to be watching this game. It would definitely put me to sleep.
Okay.
We're taking Miami over the terrible Bengals.
All right.
The
All right.
horrible organization.
Week 14, Sunday, December 13th. Don't even matter. They're home. Kansas City, fat L. Just fat L. No chance.
Else.
No chance. If
I
you're
don't think
listening,
any
if you're
of us
listening in
disagree with
right
that.
now and you don't know why we're taking Kansas City, you shouldn't even be listening. I apologize. But yeah,
Else.
just big L's. Moving on to week 15. Probably going to be a good game, probably a fun game to watch Sunday, December 20th. Home against New England. Now, they started off the season. I think New England takes that game. I know, Jerome, you think differently. This is one of those games where you look at New England, you say, does New England really have the push in them? I think they do. I think Belichick finds a way to make his way into the playoffs yet again. I think Belichick takes the team, and I think Belichick squeaks into the playoffs, but this is one of those wins that he's going to get, and Dolphins lose.
Again, division. I took the Patriots earlier. I'm going Dolphins now. Split. It's an easy split. Dolphins find a way to just shut it all down once again. Dolphins dub.
All right.
Yeah, I think this game's going to be dependent on where the Patriots are in the standings. I think if they're in contention for a playoff position, and they'll come in and get the job done against Miami. But if they're having a tough season, I could definitely see Tua and the Dolphins taking it to them.
Big fan. Big fan of that.
This is the game for me that decides the division rankings between New England and Miami.
Mm-hmm.
New England wins, putting Miami fourth in the division for me
Okay.
and staying there.
All right. I'm strong with that opinion. I'm strong with that. Week 16, Sunday, December 27th. We're traveling. Last 2 games are on the road. It's tough, but this one's going to cost you $214 to see. We're going to Vegas, and yeah, you know what? They're gonna crush Vegas. They're gonna win. Anyone that goes into that stadium, uh, that's it. They're winning.
Yeah, I like Miami late season. I feel like they often get late season dubs. I could see them going over to Vegas and doing the same thing.
Yep. just crushing John Gruden's dreams of doing
After
anything.
after that big win versus New England, I got Miami doing nothing. They're gonna lose. They're gonna lose this one tough division game. Going to Vegas. I got them losing.
Yep.
John Gruden does something, dials up something.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Raiders win.
All right.
Take Miami here.
Take
Take
Miami.
Miami. Take these
I'm the only
Miami.
one. I'm the only one.
Yeah, I'm surprised you
Funny, because you've been riding Miami the whole
yeah,
time.
you've been kissing them and everything, and
Whoa, whoa,
you
whoa,
got them
whoa,
losing.
whoa, whoa. You watch your mouth, okay? Watch your mouth.
I can't watch my mouth. But go ahead. And
Camera.
week 17, last game of the season, we already talked about this. They're in Buffalo. They're taking that fat L. Yeah. So I personally, I have the Dolphins going 6-10 6-10 this year, and that's a one game improvement from last year where they were 5-11.
Yeah, I think this might be an important game for Buffalo. So I think Buffalo's going to show up. It could be the game that makes them the number 1 seed in the division with a win there. So I think Buffalo comes in and gets the job done.
For sure.
I got the Dolphins
Yeah,
losing,
Buffalo takes that.
right? The Dolphins 9-7, squeaking into the playoffs.
Oh,
Wow. What a squeak.
Squeaking. What were your Bills?
Squeaking. The Bills were. I have the Bills 8-8.
8-8. Wow.
8-8.
Wow.
8-8.
All right.
Yeah, Miami, I have that 6-10.
Yeah.
Same as you, Frank.
Wow. What's up, Joe?
Joe, what you got?
What you got them at?
I don't know. I think I had them at like 4 wins.
Wow. Woof.
Stink. They're still rebuilding. They're going to be good in a couple of years. I hear what Jerome is saying. I think there's a lot of potential over there. But this is the first year where a lot of these guys are playing together, and I can't see them mashing up so well. So I don't know. I don't think this is the year for Miami.
I think defense carries. Like I said, Brian Flores, Bill Belichick tree. All you got to do is your job. That's it. Nobody looking for superstars. Anybody to be the top guy. Do your job. It gets wins.
Man, tell that to the Lions and Matt Patricia. Anyway,
I was
let's
about to say,
move
I don't know
on.
how I feel about that.
Let's move on. Let's move on to the Patriots since we're talking about them so much. And we already know that they're playing Miami at home week 1, and they're getting that dub.
They're getting that dub. Dub.
They're getting that.
I think it's a
Hell.
big statement game for the Patriots. You know, they have a ton of question marks, and they're going to go in and they're just going to be like, hey, we're back. It doesn't matter. We don't need Tom Brady. I think they come in and they just show that they still have the potential to be the team that they once were. They're going to come in. They're going to crush Miami week 1.
For sure. Patriots week
No,
2.
like I said,
Oh, go ahead.
like I said, this is their big moment to show how shitty they are without Tom Brady.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, listen, I would love to see that. I just can't see it. And when listen, if it happens, I will be impressed, and I will come back to this moment and this time, and I'll replay this, and I will say, congratulations, Chris Rice, because that's the only time I'm gonna say it. So I'll replay this moment for you once again. I'm sure. Week 2, September 20th, prime time, baby, prime time night game at Seattle, right? I think it's an important time to bring up the primetime games. You know, Patriots, we said the Bills had 4. The Patriots have 5 this season. 5 primetime games. That's a lot. The Patriots deserve it. They're probably one of the hardest and best run organizations in the league. They've been a dynasty for so long. It's just absolutely insane. I think they lose to Seattle in primetime. I think Dane Russell Wilson comes in and just claps him, No
Super
Brady.
Bowl rematch here. Super Bowl rematch under the lights. I got a different result. Seahawks win.
That's right.
Put a number on Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick's.
That's it.
I like Seattle in this game as well. Seattle's a real tough team, and Patriots going to be floating around that mid-mark all time. I still don't know how they're going to look, but I'm going to go with Seattle here.
Nice.
Last season the Patriots defense carried them and helped them beat a bunch of bad teams with one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game. Now they have no quarterback. There's no way they win this game. Seattle all the way.
All right. Big fan of that. And might I say, the Patriots have had a lot of easy schedules in their recent years, and this year is one of those schedules where it just seems, they got a lot of tough opponents, and like it looks like the league is almost attacking them with the way they planned this. But week 3, Sunday, September 27th, super winnable game. They're going back to Foxborough against the Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, personally, I don't even know if I'm ever gonna pick a Raiders win when I get down to it, but I got the Patriots beating the Raiders.
Have to agree with you there. They get their first win of the season right here against the Las Vegas Raiders. One of my worst teams this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not big on the Raiders either. I can see the Patriots taking it to them.
Mm-hmm.
Belichick over Gruden. Patriots win.
Right. I might just be biased because that new stadium, those tickets are totally priced up, marked up over there. But
They're gonna lose to real
Vegas,
ticket
baby,
prices.
come on.
that's it.
Vegas.
It's Vegas. Week 4,
Expensive
October
city.
4th. It is expensive. And week 4, uh, Patriots are traveling. They travel into Kansas City, and this is odd to me because, in my eyes, if Tom Brady was on the team, this is a primetime game. But it's a 4 o'clock game. So where am I landing? Patriots are taking an L. Kansas City. Uh, I think it's going to be really telling of the Patriots. I think they're going to beat the bad teams in Miami and Vegas, and I think they're going to lose to the good teams in Seattle and Kansas City. So it's going to be tough.
Changing of the guard. Old dynasty versus new dynasty. Patrick Mahomes boy, a la Shannon Sharp. Kansas City. Route.
Right, big time.
All right. I like that a lot. This is the game where Kansas City shows their dominance as a new dynasty in the league. Destroys New England here.
Yeah, this is going to be a game for Pat Mahomes that they're showing highlights on SportsCenter and be like, this is why he won the MVP. This is why he's that. This is why he's this. Pat Mahomes show all day against New England.
Okay,
Easy choice.
so we all got Kansas City beating the Patriots, but week 5, October 11th, Sunday 1 o'clock, back in Foxborough, Denver Broncos, people, and that's a dub. Easy dub. Bill Belichick furious that he can't get it done against good teams, but he smokes all the bad teams. Denver still discovering themselves. That's it. They beat Denver nice and easy, clean win right before the bye week. Bye week, week 6. Take it away, boys.
Yeah, New
Same.
England, one of the oldest defenses, age-wise,
Mm.
in the league, but they
Low
will come out on top this one. They'll beat Denver at home.
Okay.
Defense carries them.
Good, Joe.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be real low scoring. I don't see a lot of action in this game. I can see Von Miller having a big factor in this game. And I think with him going after a new young quarterback, I could see him making a huge play late in the game. I could see Denver sneaking this one out. I'm going to take Denver.
Wow.
Ugly game. I'm thinking field goals all around. Patriots win at home because they're home.
Wow. Big into that. Bye week, week 6, week 7. They're home again. They're playing San Francisco. This is just another situation where they're going bad team, good team, bad team, good team, bad team, bye week, good team. San Francisco beats them. Patriots take an L right after the bye week.
Worst stretch of Bill Belichick career coming up during the next 5 weeks. Got him taking a big fat L here and to be continued. That's it.
Yeah, I think they get mauled here. I think Jimmy G was the backup for Tom Brady for a long time. He's going to be playing with a bit of a chip on his shoulder, being like, I should have been your guy in New England when Tom Brady was leaving. I think the 49ers just steamroll him.
Steamroll 'em, right?
Yeah, I have to agree with you both there. 49ers are overall solid team, every aspect. They'll handle it.
Now, Do you really think a couple years back when Jimmy G was traded, do you really think Bill Belichick made that trade, or do you think Bill Belichick really tried to hang on to him and they really did want to get rid of Brady back then? Because this is it's one of those games that could be a real slap to the face if San Francisco wins, because it was said that Robert Kraft did everything in his power to keep Brady there, and then they just got rid of Jimmy G, and it wasn't something that anybody really wanted, but it was what Brady wanted at the time. And that was like the first real talks, like, oh man, the Brady Belichick era is kind of coming to an end. Is there some ruffles in their relationship? Do you really think like Bill Belichick wanted Jimmy G to be his starting quarterback of the future?
I do. I really do. I feel like Jimmy G probably would have already been starting if it was up to Bill Belichick.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's funny because you talk about these teams, and the Patriots, they're a brand, they're an NFL logo. It was Tom Brady was carrying that franchise for the longest time.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Yes, I think Jimmy G would have had the reins, but was Jimmy G better than Tom Brady at the time? Because look at Jimmy G in the playoffs. They didn't win because of Jimmy G in the playoffs. That run game and that defense carried them.
Yeah,
So,
but Bill Belichick is more of a systems guy, and if you
mhm.
get someone to cooperate and play in the system, which I think Jimmy G would have been really good at, then I think Bill Belichick
He
would
would
have had
fit
what he wanted.
perfectly.
Yeah, I think he would have had what he wanted. Because look at Tom Brady. Nobody pegged Tom Brady to be anything, And if I don't think Tom Brady, I don't know if his success would have been as good anywhere else as a starter when he started up with the Patriots. Just right place, right time, boom. One of those situations. It's a legendary situation. And can Brady do it in Tampa? We'll see. Can Belichick do it on his own? We'll see. But week 8 they move into Buffalo, and I think they win that game. And then the following week after that, week 10. Oh, sorry, not week 10, week 9, New York. We discussed this as well. I think they win that game too. So I think they win those winnable games. You know.
I
um,
have them losing back to back, those two.
Mhm.
Both Bills at home, Jets at home.
Mhm. Yeah, you're high on New York, but that's cool.
I got them doing the same.
Yes,
I'm going with Rice.
All right.
back to back
Yeah, and
losses.
I'm
I
with.
just don't see New England being good
Okay.
this year at all.
I see a lot of division splits, like we've been talking about. When these teams play each other twice a year, they know each other's systems really well.
Right.
I'll put them 1-1. Not saying who they're going to beat and who they're going to lose to. But when they play these teams second time in the season, it's going to be the same thing, 1-1.
Okay. Cool. Respectable. And then week 10, they're home in Foxborough. Another primetime game after coming off the primetime game with the Jets. Sunday night game. They're playing Baltimore, and it's like I said, it's one of those situations where they just played two. We don't really know where they are. Teams, are they going to be good? They get wins, I think. They play Baltimore at home. They lose. I think Baltimore wins. MVP Lamar Jackson. I think he comes in hot. And I think the Patriots are one of those teams that you want to prove yourself against. So I think a lot of these teams want to play this franchise and organization hard and show something and prove something. And I think the Ravens are the perfect organization to prove that they weren't a fluke last year, that they still got it. And what better game to do that than this game right here when everybody's watching on Sunday night before work? I think Patriots lose.
Yeah, I could see them playing a shockingly good game against Baltimore just because it's Bill Belichick and they have a great system and a great coach. But when it comes down to it, Ravens are a better team. Baltimore takes that game, no problem.
For sure.
Lamar Jackson, MVP. Going to show why he MVP. Doing MVP things.
Not all legs.
Ravens win.
Okay.
Yeah, I say Ravens win. They carry the momentum on from last season, and steamroll the Patriots here.
Bryce,
Best offense.
do you have the Patriots at 2 wins right now?
They'll have more.
Oh, do they? Okay. No, I'm saying like right
Yes.
now. But all right, so we're traveling week 11. We're going to Houston. We're playing the Texans. 1 o'clock game. You just got your ass kicked by the Baltimore Ravens. Texans, next best thing. You go out. You show your fans. You know, listen, we're still the Patriots. Even on the road, boom, you win this game. I got the Patriots winning in a high-scoring game.
Yeah, I don't like Houston this year. I mean, I love Deshaun Watson, but I don't think they have many other offensive assets. They don't have a lot of guys. You got Will Fuller, probably going to be the number one receiver.
Injury
Who
alert.
knows if he'll be playing this late in the season? He's got hurt all the time. Outside of that, I don't think they have too many weapons. I can see the Pats taking this one.
Yeah, I agree with you here, Joe. With everything you said, I don't really care for Houston this season. Um, Deshaun Watson's gonna have a hard time playing against New England here, and New England squeaks by, takes that win. It's gonna be a close game though.
Rome.
Same quarterback, less speed, a little more accurate. I got Deshaun Watson putting up numbers. Houston prevailing at home.
Wow. Okay. And week 12, back in Foxborough, home 1 o'clock game, taking on the Arizona Cardinals. I don't know if it's just me, but when I see the Chargers and the Cardinals on any schedule, I think those teams have a favorable matchup. I think it's another one of those bad teams. It's going to be good in the future. They have a lot of key components. They just need more. They need to become a complete team. I think that Bill Belichick finds a way. I think Bill Belichick goes on a little bit of a run here, and I think that just because he could potentially make a playoff run, and he's going to do everything in his power, Cardinals go down, dub for the Patriots here.
Yeah, it's a tough game later in the season. This is going to be a true test for the Patriots. If they're playing well this season, it's going to be a big one for them to win because I can see the Cardinals having a good season as well. I mentioned it earlier, but I like that offense. I like Kyler Murray. I like Larry Fitzgerald. I like DeAndre Hopkins. So, I mean, it's going to be a tough one. It depends on how the Patriots are looking this season. If I had to say right now, I'll be taking Arizona.
Wow.
AFC East sweep of the Cardinals. I'm saying it now. I think everybody
Wow.
in the division defense
Yep.
is just gonna bottle it up, and it is what it is. It's just Bill Belichick's that defense not gonna let him get out the pocket, scramble, do the. It's not happening. Patriots win.
Yeah. Tough division. Rice.
He just disappeared, bud.
Yeah, he's
Just the
gone.
three of us.
He's gone.
All right, the three of us. We'll find out a way to get him back in. We're going to keep rolling, though. We're on to week 13. We're going away. Los Angeles Chargers. Yep. A team that I think they're just going to go right through. Bill Belichick's got to make this run at this point in the season. He's got to win every game possible. Is he going to do it? 100%.
Same thing. Another bad team. Another Bill Belichick defense. Masterpiece probably. Less than 200 yards, maybe. Patriots win.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't like the Chargers that much, and as much as there are question marks around the Patriots, you guys said it perfectly. The defense hasn't changed too much. I could see them prevailing in this game, shutting down the Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah. Week 14, still on the road. Short week, Thursday night game in prime time. Their fourth primetime game this year, but not their last. They're in Los Angeles again, but this time they're playing the Rams. And even though it's a short week, I think Bill Belichick finds a way to win this game. You could very easily exploit Jared Goff. He makes a lot of mistakes. Without Sean McVay, he's just the guy throwing the ball. He's not making changes. He's not up there leading the team. Not a lot of weapons for him to utilize, and I got to give this one to the Patriots.
Yeah, New England's defense. I mean, they shut them down in the Super Bowl. It's a Super Bowl rematch, and the Rams' offense was better
Mm.
during that. And the New England defense hasn't changed that much. I think Bill Belichick understands the Rams' offensive game plan. And I think he'll be able to shut them down yet again. I can see Bill Belichick and the Patriots catching another dub right here.
Oh, welcome back, Rice.
Hi, good to be back.
Yep. So we are on week 14. They're playing the Rams on a short week. You and Rome, take it away.
Yes, I have them winning this game. The Rams are feel going to be a real dysfunctional team.
Mhm.
They're going to win some good games, but they're also going to lose some winnable games, and this is going to be one of those
Good.
I'm big
losses.
on I'm big on nostalgia. Again, this is their second Super Bowl rematch on the calendar year. Reverse outcome once again. Even if the Rams don't have much to play for this year, even if they are a lesser team, they get up for that one Super Bowl rematch. They come through at home. They win. Rams winning.
Okay. All right. And then week 15, 16, and 17, we've already discussed. I got them going into Miami, taking that W, ending a 5-game win streak the following week against Buffalo and New York. I think the Patriots unfortunately lose out to Buffalo and the Jets, and I think their record overall goes to 10-6, tying Buffalo's record. Buffalo squeaks in to the playoffs. Patriots can either scoop a wild card in the AFC and potentially squeak in, but unfortunately, I don't have the Patriots in this year, even though I have them tied with Buffalo. Buffalo has more division wins.
Um, I got a loss at Miami for the Patriots. I got a win at Buffalo, and I got a win in New York. Just splitting it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the division, like I said. But with that uncertain quarterback play, we don't know who's starting. We don't know what they're gonna have, what they're gonna do. They didn't do much in the offseason. I got the Patriots at 7-9. Not really too impressive. A down year for Bill Belichick. Next year, maybe he pulls a
Wow.
rabbit out the hat, but
Losing season, huh? Wow.
it's a losing season. First one in
Ever?
maybe,
It feels like.
maybe.
As a diehard Jets fan, I'm very, very excited to see New England not be the dominant force. And all I can do is hope that that's true. With these last 3 weeks, I see them playing 50-50 ball. Same thing. It's a lot of division games. I see them, whatever they did against those teams the first time, doing the opposite the second time. Division games. But as a whole, I do not have the New England Patriots making the playoffs for the first time in forever. And it's going to be nice. I mean, I don't even hate Buffalo, to be honest. If Buffalo wins it, dope. Because as long as it's not Patriots and Bill Belichick, I'm in.
Yeah, I have New England beating Miami. I have them beating Buffalo, and then losing to the Jets, Week 17,
Mhm.
putting New England at 7-9, just missing a winning season for
Wow.
the first time in ages.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
You guys all got
yeah.
that you guys all got that hate.
7-9 action. It's not hate. It's reality.
Not hate. They're gonna struggle for the first time in a while.
You said that last year,
Who's
champ.
their quarterback? Who's their quarterback? It's not Tom Brady. It's not Tom Brady.
I would just like everyone that's listening and you guys to know that for the last 3 seasons, Chris Rice has come up to me at the beginning of every season and has said it is the end of the dynasty. For the last 3 seasons in a
Yes.
row, he has preached to me that it is finally over. I don't think it's over. I think you guys have a winning season up in Foxborough. I just don't think it's enough in the entire AFC to give you the wild card. If it is, that's great. But I think Bills Mafia takes it.
Uh,
And even though I'm talking about this, guys, we still have the Jets schedule to go over.
we do have to remember that 7 teams from the AFC now make it to the playoffs.
This is true. This is true. This is
The
true.
perfect, it could be the perfect year
This
for
is
the Bill
true.
Belichick to squeak in.
Or the Jets.
I have the
Or the
Or the
Jet,
Jets.
Jets.
I have the Jets.
We're gonna talk about it. Relax
Yeah,
yourself. You
yeah,
relax yourself
yeah.
over
We're talking about it right now.
All right, let's get into
Let's
it.
let's dive right into it. We've already discussed this game, week 1. They're in Buffalo. I got them taking a fat L up in Buffalo. Anyone else have anything to say about it? If not, we'll go right into week 2. You let me know.
W.
6.5 dogs, and they're catching the dub.
W.
They're earning that
W.
Jameis Winston style. We're eating
hard-earned
dubs.
win.
Wow.
They're gonna take that.
W.
That's a lot of Jets fans right there. That's okay. Week 2, home, first game, home opener, MetLife Stadium. You guys got San Francisco 49ers. Another L for me. That defense, I'm sure they've lost a couple of key components. I think they're going to come back. I think they're going to start the season hot, San Francisco. I don't know how they're going to do later on in the season. They might collapse, but I think they're going to roll with what they had at the end of last season. Keep going. I got the Jets taking the second L in a row.
Yeah, the Jets are going to be on a bit of high from their win from Buffalo. They're going to be playing out of their heads. But San Fran's too tough of a team. I think it's going to be a little bit of a reality check. I don't think San Fran's just going to beat the Jets. I think they're going to put the work right on them.
The Jets suck in home openers. I'm just gonna be straightforward with it. They absolutely suck in home openers. They play lousy. The crowd gives them nothing to play for. L. L.
Yeah, I have them taking an over here too. San Francisco, solid all around again. Jets, this is going to be a wake-up call. They're going to win that first game, but then don't get on your high horse because they'll take this L right away.
All right. Week 3, Jets are traveling. They're traveling to Chris Rice's other team, Indianapolis. They're playing the Colts, 4 o'clock, week 3. I got the Colts coming into this game winning. Winning at home. The Jets aren't going to be able to upset them. Philip Rivers is going to have a good year. It's not going to, he's going to throw for over 3,500 yards. He's going to have a good year. Jets going to be one of the teams that he lights it up for over 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jets take the L. 0-3.
Philip Rivers has been throwing ducks for a few years now. Philip Rivers is done. He's no longer with the Chargers. Indianapolis has one receiver in T.Y. Hilton, and by the time week 3 comes, he'll be questionable up until game time. So I see the Indianapolis Colts struggling quite a bit this year. Sorry, Chris Rice, but I just don't see Philip Rivers being the guy. I actually like Jacoby Brissett better, in my opinion. I think if Jacoby Brissett could earn the starting spot back after Philip Rivers catches some tough losses, one of them being week 3 to the New York Jets.
You ready, boys?
I'm ready.
Greg Williams, Jamal Adams. We own Phillip. Jets blowout. 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 Blowout.
I like that.
Just like the Jets were going to blow out the Eagles last year. All right.
Jesus.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
That's
I have the Jets winning this one too.
Wow, you got the Jets
Whoa,
up against your
right.
Colts.
I did not like how I saw Philip Rivers playing last year, and as a
Thanks.
Colts fan, it does not make me happy to see him there.
Thanks.
Would love to be wrong, but I feel the Jets win this game
Wow.
in
Andy
Indianapolis.
who?
Wow. All right. Anyway, week 4, a short week, Thursday, October 1st. We're going home, MetLife Stadium. We're playing Denver Broncos in the lights, 8 o'clock game. I think this is where the Jets get their first win.
You have first win of the year in week 4?
Week 4. I think they go. I think they start out 0-3, and I think they finally get their first win against Denver.
I think they get their third win with a strong run game. So fantasy, last year Le'Veon, just let's not even talk about it. This year, we signed a lot of offensive linemen. We drafted one, big boy gonna mow some down.
Becton,
Jets
baby.
win.
All right.
Yeah, Rome, I think you couldn't have said it better myself. I think that offensive line is going to show the improvements that were made during the offseason, including Mekhi Becton and a few of the other offseason signings. Le'Veon's going to get the run game going this season, unlike he did last year. I don't like Denver as a team, but the Jets do always play some rough games in the early season. So I could see Denver making a push, but I think the Jets will beat them in the end.
Yeah, I could see Denver winning this game too, but I feel the Jets. This game brings them back up to 500, and they'll squeak out the win at home.
All right. Week 5. Just you staring at it. Sunday, October 11th, home against the Cardinals. Another dub. Another dub. 1 o'clock game. I got the Cardinals getting swept by this entire division. I think this division has a lot of good defensive components that a lot of teams in this league just can't handle with a fairly new quarterback, an iffy offense. So I'm giving the Jets their second win.
Yeah, I have them winning this game too. Uh, Kyler Murray, I like him. I like their offense now, but I feel just they they'll come away with this victory. Arizona to prove it that they can handle the talent.
I'm pretty high on the Cardinals. I've mentioned it a few times throughout this podcast. I'm pretty high on the Cardinals. I think that offense is really good, and hopefully the Jets defense can get it done and shut them down. But for the sake of conversation, I'll be taking the Cardinals.
Rome.
That spread offense gets shut down. I think the receiving core of the Jets actually has a big game. They Cardinals defense is not that good. I think the Jets offense does something, shows us flashes of something, and they get a win.
All right, excellent.
Denzel
So,
Mims, I'm saying it now.
wow.
Zell Mims and Brashad Perriman, also a new addition to the Jets receiving core.
Just remember, you had no idea who Mims was until I started screaming his name that I wanted him on the Eagles.
Just remember, Frank, this is about the AFC East. My team. Relax
Yes,
yourself.
yes.
All right.
We're doing the AFC East, and we'll stick with that for now. And moving along, week 6, we're traveling. We're going to another one, which I don't know how these two keep ending up in back-to-back games. Los Angeles Chargers, baby. And I got the Jets winning their third straight game in a row, putting them at 3-3. It's starting to look hot in the halfway through the season, almost there. The Jets fans are feeling it. 3 wins in a row. This is it.
Look like you feeling it too.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that little. Yeah. All
that's
right.
that's how it is. But yeah, let's hear your take.
JETS. Jets win easy. The Chargers they lost a lot, depleted offense. Jets defense forces 2 to 3 turnovers. And that's the game right there.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I like that. I'm taking Jets dub right off the bat. Couldn't have said it better myself. Jets dub.
Taking the Chargers here. This is going to be one of the Jets' most disappointing losses
What the?
this season, and one of Chargers' few wins this season.
Okay. Wow, that is not the way I thought you were gonna go with that, but for sure that could happen. As we know, anything can happen in the NFL, and you just gotta wait for the season to start. And once it does, we will have those takes. Week 7, Sunday, October 25th. We talked about this. We're home in MetLife. We're playing Buffalo. This is where I think things start to go downhill for the Jets a little bit over the next course of the next 4 weeks. Buffalo starts it off. Buffalo takes the dub here. Jets lose.
Yeah, it's a tough loss for the Jets. Mid-season, beat Buffalo week 1. They're going to play them in the middle of the season. Take the loss right here.
Joe saying division split, Jets L.
Yep.
I agree. Back-to-back losses
All right.
for the Jets for me.
Week 8, another tough game. Sunday, November 1st, 1 o'clock game. They're going to Kansas City. Very tough stadium to play in. I just don't see a lot of teams this year beating the Chiefs. It's nothing personal against the Jets. They lose another game.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for the Jets defense to shut down that offense. That offense is so good, so explosive. Pat Mahomes show in full effect at that point. Can't really see them getting it done. I'll take the Chiefs.
Yeah, did I say back-to-back? I mean back-to-back-to-back losses for the Jets.
Yep.
Kansas City Chiefs going to come in, have their way with them.
Rome?
Tyreek Hill has a punt return, kick return for a touchdown, something, whatever. L.
Okay. As we keep going with the flow of things, talked about this game too. Monday night game. Excellent Monday night game. I'm sure if bars are open, we'll be out. We'll be in one all together. Playing New England. Got to give it to New England. I split with New England, so this is where they lose.
Last year I was at this game, Monday Night Massacre. They was chanting New England during the third and fourth quarter. I think the Jets redeemed themselves, get a big Monday night win, start something new.
I like that. I think they'll need it at that time after facing 2 or maybe 3 tough. I'm going to say 2 losses in a row. Now they got the Patriots. They're going to come in hot and they're going to beat the Patriots.
I agree with you here. A little extra rest, being that it's a Monday night game.
All
I
right.
think they take the win against New England.
Okay. All right. Week 10 in Miami. Week 11 bye. Week 12 back at home against Miami. I already talked about this. I think Miami kicks their ass in Miami, and I think Miami loses in MetLife. I have them splitting, so I have them on a 4-game loss going into the bye, like every year, every disappointed Jets fan's dreams. And coming out of the bye, I got them winning, and yeah, it's a 3-game stretch.
Yeah, I'll take a split as well on the Miami series.
Mm-hmm.
Split.
I have the Jets sweeping Miami here.
Yeah, it's just
I like it.
it's such a weird little piece of that schedule right there. It's very
Who
rare
made
to see
this?
that.
Who made this?
I
Who
would like
made
to
this?
know if anyone knows who made this schedule.
It's horrible. This is horrible.
Send them over. We would like to talk to them about that.
Not an NFL schedule.
I'm going to give Roger a text.
Yeah, just send Dave Portnoy in there. Anyway, week 13, we're home, coming off the win in Miami. Coming off the win, not in Miami, but off of Miami. We're playing the Raiders, Jets all day. Jets, crush them.
Yeah, they beat the Raiders in pretty easy fashion last year. I can see it happening again for sure. I'll take the Jets.
Nothing changed, boys. Nothing changed. I'm going the same.
Taking the
Handled
Jets
them
here
last
as
year.
well.
It was easy.
Yeah.
I
All
think
right.
that was the Jets' best game of the year last year when they played the
Do
Raiders. They looked
not
great.
trust the Raiders at all.
They looked incredible
At
against them.
all.
They look like a team.
Raiders
Yeah,
are
they
bad.
Yeah. And I think they're going to be one of those teams that are consistently bad until
That's
they
a big trend this year.
get
There's
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
things in
bad
order.
teams.
Yeah. A lot of interesting teams that could be good. We're just unsure of where they're going to go. But moving on into week 14, 2 road games ahead of us, and we're traveling to Seattle. Once again, nothing personal. It's just a tough matchup for the Jets. I got to give Seattle at home the win. Jets lose here.
Yeah, it's a tough game. Russell Wilson's a beast. We mentioned it. I could say the same exact thing. Week 14, Seattle's going to be in a playoff position, most likely. They're going to need to beat the Jets, and I think they'll get the job done.
Yeah, this is a game that I don't see anybody thinking the Jets are going to win. Seattle's just too good. Russell Wilson, there's no way the Jets are stopping them.
I got them losing the next 2. Just don't see them as a good road team.
Okay, so you got them in we rolling into week 15, and you're saying that Los Angeles Rams take the win.
Another L.
I gotta agree with you there. It's just one of those games where even though there's a lot of holes in Los Angeles, I can't see the Jets this late in the season with no real potential to go anywhere past this. This season. I think they lose to Los Angeles.
Gotta agree with you there. Los Angeles, very mediocre. But Jets aren't the greatest road team. It's gonna be tough. Rams are gonna win that one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go opposite you boys on this one. I think this is gonna be for the first time in a long time. Healthy team later in the season. I can see C.J. Mosley and Quinton Williams both healthy late season this time, making some big plays against a team that's not so great. It's gonna be a huge road victory for the Jets.
Okay, nice. Hey, listen, if the Jets have a winning season this year, I think me and a lot of fans will be surprised. Uh, it's not like I'm not rooting against them. I'm rooting for them most of the time. But
Don't sound like it.
listen, I'm just trying to be real. I'm trying to be not biased. But rolling
Oh,
into week 16, you know, you're back at home week 16. You're playing Cleveland. To my knowledge, the last time OBJ was in town, had a sick catch against you. Didn't look good. But I'm gonna have to say it's not gonna happen the second time around. I think the Jets at MetLife smoke Cleveland. I think OBJ goes crying home, and I think after that, week 17, we already discussed this game in Foxborough. I think they go out there and I think they win that game too. Just proving that Bill Belichick needs a dominant QB. And to wrap up the season over there, I got the Jets going at 7-9 after those two week 16 and 17 wins.
last year versus Cleveland, no Sam Darnold. This year, Sam Darnold has a big game. Those 3 TDs got the Jets winning. Same thing in Foxborough. Got an L, another split, division split. Opposite you, because you're a hater. Jets go 9-7, same as the Dolphins. Makes the playoffs. Make some noise.
All right.
Beware.
ATS, baby. Jets. And Sam, we trust this season. I think Sam will get the job done in Cleveland. And same as Rome, I think he'll split against the Patriots, giving them a loss in Week 17. But it should be enough to get the job done. We're looking for a postseason run by the New York Jets.
All right.
Yeah, I'm seeing back-to-back wins for the Jets these last 2 weeks. The
Wow.
Cleveland Browns offense last season just did not click, and I think it's going to come into this season as well. Going to play that whole team. Jets come out with a victory against Cleveland at home, and then against Patriots away. Just come out with a victory. 10-6 in the season, 5-1 against their division, making the playoffs. Wild card.
I like it. I don't know. I like it. It works for me.
That sounds good.
Works for me.
Considering they got what's considered to be the second hardest schedule, I think the team's there this year and they can play some good games. It's all a matter of health.
It's all a matter of health.
You
say
can
that
win
about a lot
here,
of teams this year.
anywhere. I like it.
All right.
Making out with chicks in the city, getting mono. You don't need
Yeah, none of
No
that.
more
None
of
of that. You catch Corona now, not mono.
that.
So as we start to wrap this up, um, let's talk about the Jets, right? Like we just were. Uh, who are they throwing it to? All right, I know you guys just drafted Denzel Mims. Not even you guys could have drafted a little earlier at the wide receiver position. You had the opportunity. You went O line. You're obviously protecting the future of the franchise, Sam Darnold. Uh, like, do you really think that the Jets can be an offensive team, or do you think that they're going to ride the curtails of the defense a little longer? Do we even think that the defense? Do we think that that's all there? Like give me your thoughts as Jets fans. I want to hear it all.
We have what we will have because we don't have the playmakers, as some people would say. But what we do have now is a balanced attack. So if we can get the run game going. We just added Frank Gore. Let's see how that works out. We drafted a running back in the 3rd round. I'm sorry, we drafted a running back. Whatever.
Okay.
We got another one.
Better than fifth.
You're looking for play action passes, heavy run game, relying on the run, always with the defense. Defense is just going to be who we are by nature. We are the Jets. We are predicated on defense, but like I said, more of a balanced attack. You don't let nobody play out of character. You do your job, and you see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the way you said it. I think drafting Becton in the first round was definitely the move. I was happy that they went O-line first before receiver. I think this draft class especially was very deep at receivers, so I think we had a lot of talent there anyway. Like I mentioned earlier, we just picked up Rashad Perriman, who's the number 3 in Tampa. But I think with a new scene and him as a more prominent role, there's a lot of big potential. That guy's a big boy, man. He's got pretty good hands. I'm excited to see Rashad Perriman how he plays this year.
Still got
And as
Crowder.
my wild card for the Jets offense is going to be the tight end Herndon. I think Herndon showed some flashes in previous years of being a completely great athlete, good blocker, nice hands. I think Herndon's going to be a big offensive asset this year.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen some pretty big bright spots from Sam Darnold. He's shown that he can sling the ball and sling it well. Now that we have, bolstered offensive line, hoping to protect the man for a little bit of time, we'll get some offense going as a Jet fan. It'd be nice to see.
All right.
It's been a
Okay.
while.
So obviously, I'm wishing Sam Donald some good health for you guys because looking at their backup quarterback, David Fales, no shot. So a nice healthy season for him, and I think you know what I mean. Your predictions could come true, could be a reality. You got a stud backfield. Uh, your receivers, there's some potential there, like you just said. Uh, now, like I do think a lot of it is going to come down to coaching. Can Gase actually do it this year? Can he
That's the
control
big
the team?
question.
It's a big question. Uh, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for football season. I love everything about it. I love talking about this with you
Can't
guys.
wait.
Uh, you know, this week we did the AFC East. We're gonna get into the NFC East. We're gonna get into the NFC East next podcast. Uh, it was excellent. Personally, you guys have anything else to say?
I want to say thank you to you guys, and I want to say thank you to whoever will listen to this podcast, and that it's really fun. I'm looking forward to continue. Go Jets! Go
That's right,
Jets!
baby.
Go Jets! Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's basically spot on. Appreciate you having me on, and I'm looking forward to breaking down some of the other divisions, some of the other
For
players.
sure.
I think there's a lot of excitement in football this season, and as long as we get it back on time, it's going to be a great year.
Yeah, football truly is the best time of the year. Can't wait to bring many more of these podcasts.
All right, excellent. So, everyone listening, we'd like to say thank you from me, Joey, Rice, and Jerome. Listen, these are tough times out there. We appreciate everyone that listens. Listen, if you're a first responder, if you're out there, if you're on the front lines, whether you're in the hospitals, whether you're on the docks, whether you're in the stores stocking shelves, we appreciate all the work that you guys are doing. Uh, and listen, tune in next week. We got a great podcast going here. Hopefully, it goes on for a real long time. We're going to be talking NFC East next week, my division. Love it. Love football. Love these guys. Love you. Peace and love. Thank you for listening. And we out.